Minnesota or Somalia, we don't know anymore. So fraud and corruption have taken root in Minnesota's Somalian community, draining taxpayer money through massive COVID and autism therapy scams, while Islamic centers protect predators in the midst of all of this. So we have the mayor who's now making commercials in Somalian.
Maaga Egawa Jacob Fry, Doke Magalada, Minneapolis. Damaan, Shaabka Somaliyed, Kayamid, Mogadishu, Garowe, Hargeisa, Bosaso, Bedabo, Kismayo.
I mean, if that's not being conquered, then what is? Making commercials in Somalian? How many Somalians are you around that you would have to make a commercial? I mean, as like a white dude as well, which is insane. And then, and Wokeness posted this. They said, what's going on in Minnesota? This is the COVID relief fraud scheme. Look at the names in this. Are you kidding me? Any of these sound like a white guy to you? A white woman? Do any of these even sound like a black woman to you? Nope. These are just 100%, I guess, Somalian Muslim. This is the COVID relief fraud scheme, which, by the way, all COVID relief was such a scam. That's a whole nother topic. Housing relief fraud scam. I mean, literally, I bet half, a lot of well, actually not that many Mohammeds, more than only two. Only two? That's actually not that bad. But yeah, this looks like employee list for Al Jazeera. So that's probably not really doing any justice. Also, wasn't this the same guy that was kneeling with a mask on at George Floyd's funeral? Like, what an insane cuck. How are you what child porn did they find on your computer? How much blackmail do they have on you for you as a white man in America to be kneeling at George Floyd? He was crying, kneeling at his casket. And then this? Making Somalian commercials? This is insane. So a Somali Autism Center billed Medicaid for 21 and a half hours of autism therapy from one therapist in one day. Another one billed 23 hours of therapy in one day. So this is either fraud or you forcefully took an autistic kid and put him in therapy for 23 hours in a day. I hope it's the fraud. The other one's pretty horrible as well. And one of the autism centers is linked to the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud, which used money to pay for trips to Mecca. Is there anything not f***ed up in this country anymore? Genuinely. Whether it's right and left, it tends to be on the left. It's all insane. I don't even understand. I've been dealing with trying to pay my taxes, and I'm just like, they f*** me on everything in every direction. I mean, the money we pay in taxes is enough to make anyone just completely just radicalize them. That's why I'm like, when everyone's upset about what Trump's saying, I'm like, who gives a what he's saying? First of all, you should think he's funny. He's very funny. But if anything, I'm like, have you paid taxes? Or are you just broke so you're not making enough? Because I'm like, that shit will radicalize you more than anything they're saying on CNN. That is the biggest scam. I mean, this is great. So so Democrats and Somalians are now using autistic kids to steal and funnel money. So that's good. Where do you go from there? And then everyone involved in the scams is Somalian. So that's good. These are all the doctors and lawyers that fled all these things, that came here for a better life. And then what do? They come to our country, they steal everything, everything's corrupt, and then they just take advantage of us. And then they have the nerve to sit here and say, we're the issue, but refuse to go back to where they came from. So an Islamic Center writes community support letter for Somali immigrant convicted of, once again, raping a 12-year-old. Good. So they're probably you know what? Because I see this all the time. They're probably you know what? He's not used to being here. He didn't know that he couldn't the 12-year-old. I literally see these videos, especially coming out of the UK every single day, where it's a guy and he's like, no, Muhammad said that I have to take this 5-year-old and her and make her my wife and convert her to Islam. If she doesn't, I just have to kill her. I didn't know I couldn't do that here. And I see those videos literally on a daily basis now. literally on a daily basis. I'm just like confused. If you guys haven't joined I call it the right side of history yet, getting every day, does that not like radicalize you a bit? Does that not push you further to the right side at all? Because I'm like, if that doesn't, then like obviously nothing will. I know there's a lot of horrible things going on, but like I have to see these stories every single day. Like these people come here. Also, who would have thought that leaving open borders and bringing in military age men, not women and children, apparently none of those came here, from all the top places in the world that women and little girls, and then bringing them into our country. I can't believe statistically, all the has gone up. I just can't. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm genuinely shocked. So an Egyptian illegal who is an Islamic terrorist was never arrested and ended up a woman, which this should literally just be the Islam podcast. That's literally what this is going to turn into. I could do 4 hours of stories every single day. So we have an Egyptian illegal migrant, 42 years old. Okay. A woman in Hyde Park while living in the Hilton Hotel. Okay, so he's here illegally. He a woman. He's in a hotel, most likely on our tab, correct? Yeah. He's in the Hilton. Pretty nice. All the hotels in New York are out of control price-wise. And he's a convicted Islamic terrorist. Nice. So how the is he in our country? How do we have Islamic terrorists in our country? And you know what's funny? The Democrats will find any way to keep him here. And then what he's going to do, he's going to go to Minnesota, and then they're going to name a street after him. And it'll be right next to, whatever the street now the mayor is trying, Osama bin Laden Avenue, George Floyd Lane. And then this guy, after he's done women, will have a street next to them. That's what's going to happen here. Sorry, that's what would have happened if he was in America. In the UK, he's then going to, he a woman. So now he's going to go hold a knife to a little girl's throat and then violently her. And then when they're done there, they're going to be like, hey, thank you so much. You're brown, so we can't say anything to you. But I know, was the Hilton up to your standards? If not, we would love to upgrade you to one of our suites. And then the suites are actually really good for children because there's so much more room. So you could actually put multiple little girls in the room. And then also, would you like citizenship by any chance? Just please don't call us racist. And then the little girls are not good with the knives, so they're very easy to just snap their wrists and take the knife off. So that's what's going to happen in the UK. So you guys are literally insane there.